1930. The Speed Six, introduced in 1928, became the most successful Bentley racing car of all time. Two Bentley Speed Six chassis became known as the Blue Train Bentleys after their owner, Wolf Barnado, in March 1930, raced the French Blue Train, which departed Cannes at 1745, and, after a stop in Paris, was scheduled to arrive in Calais at 1524, when Barnado already was in his club in London. By 1924, Bentley had been in business for 5 years. He decided to build a larger chassis than the 3-liter with a smoother, more powerful engine. The new chassis would be more suitable for the large and heavy limousine bodies that many of his customers were then putting on his sports car chassis. The resulting car would be more refined and better suited for comfortable general motoring. Bentley built a development mule with a 4.5-liter straight-six engine derived from the 3-liter's 4-cylinder engine. To disguise the car's origins, it had a large wedge-shaped radiator and was registered as a, quote, Sun, end quote. The chassis was given a very large, lightweight Wayman-type tourer body built by Freestone and Webb. W.O. Bentley combined one of his road tests of the Sun with a trip to see the 1924 French Grand Prix in Lyon. On his return trip to the ferry, W.O. encountered another disguised car at a three-way junction. W.O. and the Rolls-Royce test driver recognized each other and began racing along the Route Nationale. This street race continued until the Rolls-Royce driver's hat blew off and he had to stop to retrieve it. The Sun's tires were heavily worn when W.O. got to the ferry. Realizing from the impromptu race that the Sun had no performance advantage over Rolls-Royce's latest development, W.O. increased the bore of his 6-cylinder engine from 80mm to 100mm with a 140mm stroke. The engine had a displacement of 6.6 liters. Like the 4-cylinder engine, Bentley included an overhead camshaft, 4 valves per cylinder, a single-piece engine block and cylinder head cast in iron, which eliminated the need for a head gasket. In base form, with a single Smith's 5-jet carburetor, twin ignition magnetos, and a compression ratio of 4.4 to 1, the Bentley 6.5-liter delivered 147 horsepower at 3,500 RPM. Although based on a 3-liter engine, the 6.5 engine incorporated many improvements. The 3-liter cone-type clutch was replaced by a dry plate design and incorporated a clutch brake for fast gear changes. And the car had power-assisted 4-wheel brakes with finned drums. The front brakes had 4 leading shoes per drum. By operating a patented compensating device, the driver could adjust all 4 brakes to correct for wear while the car was moving, which was particularly advantageous during races. A variety of wheelbases were provided, ranging from 132 to 152.5 inches, the most popular being 150 inches. The Bentley Speed Six chassis was introduced in 1928 as a more sporting version of the Bentley 6.5-liter. With a single-port block, 2 SU carburetors, a high-performance camshaft, and a compression ratio of 5.3 to 1, the Speed Six's engine produced 180 horsepower at 3,500 RPM. The Speed Six chassis was available to customers with wheelbases of 138 inches, 140.5 inches, and 152.5 inches. The 138-inch wheelbase was the most popular. The Criminal Investigation Department of the Western Australia Police operated 2 saloon-bodied examples as patrol cars. In March 1930, Barnado raced against the Blue Train in a Speed Six with H.J. Milner's saloon coachwork, reaching his club in London before the train was due at the station in Calais. It had generally been believed that the car in the race was the Gurney Nutting Sportsman Coupe, but that car was delivered to Barnado in May of 1930, more than a month after the race. The racing version of the Speed Six had a wheelbase of 11 feet and an engine with a compression ratio of 6.1 to 1 that produced 200 horsepower at 3,500 RPM. Successful in racing, these cars won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1929 and 1930, with Bentley Boys drivers Tim Burton, Glenn Kidston, and Wolf Barnado the chairman of Bentley Motors.